always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Pauline, and today we have a lot of fun things to talk about, I think, because they're a band that we grew up listening to is on tour, and I'm excited to share with you their new tour dates that have just been released, as well as a cartoon that has been around for, honestly, forever. And so there's a lot that I want to talk about today, as well as the European MTV Awards and some of your favorite artists that won some awards there. I just wanted to share some of that because we forget that a lot of our favorite artists are big time overseas as well. And so I wanted to share that with you. So let's just dive right into it. So the Red Hot Chili Peppers are on tour right now, and they're on tour all across Europe, which is a lot of fun. And whether you like them or not, it's cool because, and this is me personally, I love going to experience different shows, different acts, different artists, even different movies, different genres of movies and music and entertainment, because you never know what you're going to find, and you just might find a new artist that you actually are surprised to know that you enjoy. And it could be that, you know, I was exposed to a lot of different artists and different types of entertainment growing up because my mom, she was really big on that, and she was really big on exposing us to just different things so that we wouldn't get stuck in one type of music or stuck in one type of entertainment. And so we went to plays growing up, we went to we went to operas, we went to just a lot of different things, a variety of things. And I think that that's exciting. And like I said, you may find a new artist, a new group, a new type of entertainment that you never really thought that you would enjoy, but you do now. And so that's why I was really excited for the Red Hot Chili Peppers to be announcing, kind of like extending their North American tour. So like I said, they are on tour right now all across the like on a European tour, for their new album entitled The Gateway. And so they announced in September, so just a few months ago, that they were going to have a North American tour. But most recently, they have announced that they are adding more tour dates. And so they're going to actually start off the North American leg of a tour at the beginning of 2017, and it's going to go all the way through June. So I'm really excited about it because they're actually coming nearby to me in Oakland, California. They're going to be in Arizona. They're also going to be in Detroit, Portland, Seattle, Vancouver even. So not just in the United States, they're going to be in Rio, which is really, really cool. And that's another cool thing about being an artist or an entertainer. They just get to travel everywhere, and they get to experience different places and different cultures. And I can't imagine how it must feel to be an artist and know that you're so well loved literally around the world, so that you can go on tours to all of these different amazing places. They are going to be in Florida. They're going to be in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, Kansas City even. That's going to be in May. Iowa. They're going to Winnipeg. They're going to Quebec, Montreal. They're going to be in Ontario. They're everywhere, really. And so, like I said, that's going to go all the way through the end of June. So if you haven't gotten your tickets or anything, keep a lookout for that and make sure you get on that because, like I said, they're really well known throughout the world. And so people are, they've been in the industry for such a long time. So they have a lot of new fans. They have a lot of old, tried and true loyal fans as well. So keep that in mind and keep it locked. I did recently just watch their music video for Go Robot, which honestly, At first it was kind of odd to me, and if you've seen the music video, you'll understand why I thought it was kind of funky. But it's a good song. I actually really enjoyed the song because then I listened to the song again without watching the music video, because sometimes I don't know about you, but for me, if I hear the song first, I always imagine what a music video to the song may be like. But then when I'm watching a music video, because I always look at it this way, when you go to see a show or a performance and or watch the music video, to me, I believe that that's what the artist envisions for that song. And so like they're making that song come to life, right? And so especially when I go to different concerts, I'm like, wow, this is the experience that the artist wanted the fans to have in order to understand this song or this album, whatever it may be. And so if you watch the music video first, then sometimes you get so stuck in seeing all the different scenes and seeing the story being played out that for me at least, because I wasn't familiar with Go Robot before seeing the video, I had to re-listen to the song on its own without the visual and the visual add-on, which is the music video, so that I can listen to the lyrics of the song. And I actually really did enjoy the song. So like I said, I did go listen to Go Robot by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they have a music video for it, and it's just a lot of fun. And I'm the type of person where if I get tickets to a concert or even a play or a production, I try to listen to the soundtrack, listen to all the albums that and especially this one, since it's the Gateway tour, like they're going on tour for their most recent album, The Gateway, then I like to listen to that album over and over and over again until I know all the words to all the songs. And so then that way when the like when I go to the concert, go to the show, then I can sing along and jam out and then get surprised when I hear, because I love it when artists will play like the melody, play the music to the song first, so that you are prepared and you're like excited, because like this is the intro music to your favorite song, so you're prepped and you're ready to go. And I'm the type of person, when I go to concerts, I like to stand up and not like really get into it. And so like I said, this tour is being extended. It's going to start early next year. So it's going to start at the beginning of the year 2017. It's going to go all the way through June. So you're going to have all of that springtime to prepare you for all the summer concerts that are going to take place next summer, I'm sure. So and when we come back, I'm getting ready to cut it to a quick break, but when we come back, I want to talk about the Simpsons, because they have been renewed, and also what record they are being set to break with this new news that I have to share with you, as well as talk to you guys about the MTV Awards, so the European MTV Awards. So keep it locked here. You're listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast, and I will be right back.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now, don't bother, what's hot on Netflix, and everything in between. That's gsmcpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit gsmcpodcast.com for more info.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Pauline. And right before the break, I was telling you guys about the Simpsons. Now, the Simpsons have been around for forever, literally forever. And they have recently been renewed. So Fox has recently renewed them for a 30th season. They are currently, if you keep up with The Simpsons, I don't know if you do or if you don't, but if you keep up with them, they are currently in their 28th season, but they have been announced that they are going to, like I said, be renewed for a 29th season as well as a 30th season. Now, they are currently with that projected renewal season, that 30th season. They will actually be the new winner. So right now, Gunsmoke is has a total of 635 episodes, which puts them as the scripted series with the most episodes. Okay, but with this renewal for The Simpsons, they're actually going to top Gunsmoke, and by the end of the 30th season, they will have 669 episodes of The Simpsons. And so, like I said, I don't know if you guys keep up with them. I don't know. I mean, I probably have seen maybe one full episode of The Simpsons, but I don't even really remember what it was about. I know that there's a lot of like Simpson like memes that are around. They also have like that Simpsons game that my actually, honestly, and she might get a little bit mad for me sharing this, but no, I don't think she'll get mad. But my mom really was like addicted to that Simpsons game. She downloaded it to her tablet, and funny fact is she works for a school, and all the teachers in the teachers lounge, they all played it. And so and like you build like the city of, I don't know where the Simpsons live, actually. I have no idea where they live. That's actually pretty embarrassing. But yeah, like I said, so, but the reason why, okay, so before you laugh at me and tell me, and question as to how they can be in 30, or well, currently in 28 seasons, and I have never seen an entire episode or whatever. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons when I was growing up. When like I was younger, I wasn't allowed to watch them. And so as I grew up, when I was young, I wasn't allowed to watch them. And so as I grew older, I didn't really care too much because I had never really seen an episode. But clearly, a lot of people love them. I know about them. I know of like Marge. I know of Homer and all of that. And I know kind of about some of the other characters. But like I said, I wasn't really allowed to watch them. And because they are over 600 episodes in, I don't think that I will actually be able to binge watch and catch up. I don't know. Does it really matter? I'm wondering, because I don't know, like I said, if they go in like sequential, like is it in order, which I honestly don't think. I feel like The Simpsons, and I could be totally off with this, and that's okay too, but I feel like The Simpsons you can kind of just watch and you don't really need to know a lot of the backstory, because like, for instance, Maggie, she's still like a little baby. Shouldn't she be? I don't know. And then the other sister, isn't she still like in second grade, right? So like they haven't really aged. They haven't gotten older as the seasons have progressed. So I'm sure there are some episodes that are more funny than others, but like I said, I really wasn't allowed to watch them growing up. And so maybe I'll get into it now. Perhaps the 30th season, I'll watch the 30th season just because it's a record-breaking season for them. And so, like I said, they have been renewed through Fox through 30 seasons. And I think that the one thing that I do know about The Simpsons is that there's a lot of conspiracy theories with The Simpsons, because it seems like if you go through a lot of the episodes, there's been a lot of links to current events. And so a lot of people are always saying that they predict a lot of the future through The Simpsons. And like, that's why they're continuing on through so many seasons, because they keep like, they're actually trying to tell us clues, and that a lot of the satire in the episodes are actually hints and clues to us, but we just laugh at it and we don't think that any of it is true or any of it's possible. And then it comes into fruition, and then people are like, oh my gosh, The Simpsons predicted this in season whatever so many years ago. But anyways, so the chairman and the CEOs of Fox Television have said, and I quote, "This is yet another record-setting moment for what is truly a landmark series. The Simpsons has meant so much to the network and the studio and everyone at Fox, and its continued cultural impact around the globe is a testament to the combined brilliance of the executive producers, who are Matt, Jim, and Al. And so, like I said, this is exciting for them. And because they continue to pump up and clearly stay current and to keep up with the times, because that's one of the things that some writers and producers have to worry about, especially with scripted shows, is staying current and staying relevant and keeping the attention of their audience. But like I said, because a lot of us grew up maybe watching it or maybe not being allowed to watch it, now we can become new fans of the show. So that's the Simpsons and my piece on that. And then I did want to share with you guys another TV series actor who has been given a new role. So if you guys watch Mr. Robot, the main actor in Mr. Robot, who is Rami Malek, who actually just recently won an Emmy this year for playing Elliot, who is the main character in Mr. Robot. Well, actually, he has been casted to play Freddie Mercury in the upcoming Queen biopic, which is entitled at this time Bohemian Rhapsody. And it's really exciting because, one, I actually do like him. I like him as an actor. I really do like him as an actor. I've seen a few episodes of The Robot and I really did like The Robot, but my problem is that I haven't been able to start from the beginning of the series. Like I watched an episode and I was like, wow, I really need to get into this and I need to start from the beginning so I can know all the backstory. And it's about a US hacker, and it's a drama series that is entitled Mr. Robot. But anyway, so previously Sacha Baron Cohen was actually casted as Freddie Mercury, but he has has decided not to take on that role anymore. He had some creative differences with the band. And the really cool thing about Bohemian Rhapsody, if you didn't know, then, which I thought was really cool, is that actually Brian May as well as Roger Taylor are music producers on the biopic. So they've been actually working on this and it's been in production for a really long time, for going on a decade now, that they've been really pouring into this project. And so it's set to begin actually filming now that they have casted. The cast is ready to go, that it is set to begin filming early next year. So it's going to be probably some time before we actually get it, which I'm kind of sad about because I hate finding out like really exciting news like this and finding out about a new show, a new movie, or seeing like a trailer for a movie and then they say that there's no like coming to theaters soon. So like there's no like set date, or we have to watch trailers for an entire year before we finally get the movie. And so we are going to have to wait a little bit because like I said, they are only going to start beginning filming at the beginning of next year, so 2017, and it's going to be directed by Bryan Singer. So, and like I said, it's going to be really nice because with actually having Brian May, and Roger Taylor as part of the producing team, as part of that team, it's going to be really nice because they're going to be able to interject and it's going to get really, really, I think it's going to be really honest. And I think that it's going to be real because it's not going to be, it's going to be firsthand account and there's going to be, input from them versus, how like sometimes we get biopics or we get stories and we get or documentaries, whatever, but it's mostly friends telling the story, or we get it from different letters and that can be misinterpreted, or different journal entries that they're basing this upon. And then we have a lot of the director and the writer's input, but actually having key characters take a major part in their production of this biopic, I think it's going to be a really good thing and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so, like I said, so Bohemian Rhapsody is going to start. Mr. Robot himself, Rami Malek, is going to be playing Mercury. So I'm really excited for it. And so we're going to actually cut it to a quick break. But when we come back, I want to discuss, like I said, the EMAs. So keep it locked here. You are listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. I'm Pauline, and I will be right back.
Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. Now, we are getting ready to wrap up this episode, but I wanted to give you guys a recap of the MTV European Music Awards, the MTV EMAs. And now, the really cool thing about the EMAs is, one, like I said at the beginning of the episode, is that I like to find new entertainment and new music, especially, that I don't think people would necessarily go to at first. And so with the European Awards, yeah, it's really like there are some artists that are I guess that you could consider American artists or US artists that get honored at the EMAs as well, because they're kind of like international stars and they are big all around the world. But then also through the EMAs, you can find different artists and different groups that are really big time overseas that we may not be aware of, or we're slowly starting to get aware of. And that's what happens with a lot of artists. They might be new to us here in the States, but they're like already big time overseas. And so now they're branching out over here to the US, but they have a really big major following overseas. And so I did want to give you guys like a short little recap of some of the artists that they were honored and who won what. And so the Global Icon winner went to Green Day, which is really cool. And I like Green Day, which may surprise some of you, but like I said, if you know me, I enjoy all types of music. And so Green Day won the Global Icon Award. Rightfully so. Lady Gaga won the award for Best Female Artist. Okay. And then our girls, Fifth Harmony, they won the Best Pop. They won the award for Best Pop Group at the EMAs as well, which I like Fifth Harmony. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're really cute. I know that they kind of first, to me at least, they started off as a group that I thought was like, kind of like for younger girls, but they've kind of like grown up through these last few years as well. And so now I'm kind of digging some of their songs. And like at first I was like, my niece would really like this song, because I think they have like that Michelle Obama song, but then now they have other songs that are featuring artists that I enjoy. And so they're kind of like more for grown-up girls now. And so I don't think that I really want my niece to listen to them as much. But hey, everybody is into their own thing, but whatever. So my boy, The Weeknd, featuring Daft Punk, they won the Best Video most recently, okay, at the EMAs. And then for those of you who, there's two other categories that I wanted to mention, but I did want to mention that at the EMAs for the Best UK and Ireland Act. And see, that's the cool thing about the EMAs, is that they have different categories than we do here just in the United States. And so anyways, the Best UK and Ireland Act went to Little Mix. Now, Little Mix is another group of, it's a girl group. Okay, there's 4 of them. And I went on Apple Music because, I have Apple Music because I have an iPhone, and I love that I can find basically every album and every artist, for the most part, at least, on Apple Music. And so I went on Apple Music and I looked them up, and because I was like, oh, Little Mix, if they won the Best UK and Ireland act, I want to, listen to some of their music and see what they're about. And so they have had, actually, they've been, and like I said, this is another group who, well, at least for myself, is definitely getting a lot of popularity here in the US, but they've been around for a while. Like their first, let me see, I wanted to tell you guys when their first like album actually dropped, because they've been in quite a few things and a lot more things than you would think. And so, because I even found an album from 2013, they have Wings, like their first single, Wings, which, that, well, I don't want to sing it because I would definitely tear it up. But Little Mix Wings is big time here in the US. And that single actually dropped in 2012. Okay. And then they've also have a single with Sean Paul. They have, so like I said, they are doing a lot of they've like had some collaborations and things like that. But their album, I was listening to their album DNA, and now, like I said, this is kind of like an old album. It's 2013, but it had Wings on it, and so that's kind of like why I started there. And then their song Change Your Life, I like that. They do have a single out right now called it's on their like Glory Days album, and it's Shout Out to My Ex. Which is, so like they have like those kind of girl songs, like girl group songs, but they're a lot of fun. And they, like I said, so they won Best UK and Ireland act, which I think rightfully so, because I really like them, and they're kind of more of like a pop with a little bit of R&B as well. But I guess that kind of tends to be a lot of these girl bands right now, kind of like Fifth Harmony. They're like hip hop, pop / R&B and whatever. So like you get like a nice mix with them. And so like so they won that. And then for all of you believers out there, Justin Bieber and his believers, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Don't get on me about that. That was my bad. Okay. So Justin and his believers, they won the award for biggest fans. And so if you are a believer and you have been rocking with Justin since he first set out, and if you are new to the world of believers, you guys, according to the EMAs, are the biggest fans, which honestly doesn't really surprise me, because he does have a really strong, loyal fan base all over the world, which, and he also won Best like Canadian act as well. And so he deserves it. I don't know what it is about him. His most recent album I really did like, but I think that he does a really good job of catering to all types of audiences, and I think that that's why his fan base is so big, on top of the fact that a lot of people think that he's really cute and all of that. But he really does have a loyal, that is one thing that I will give you, believers, is that you guys and girls are very, very loyal and very, very serious about Justin, rightfully so. Like I said, he's a good artist. He makes a lot of great music. He does a lot of collaborations as well. He mixes and dabbles in a lot of things. So shout out to you, believers. You guys took that in the EMAs. But that's actually going to do it for this episode of the Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Pauline. You can listen to this episode as well as any future and previous episodes on our network website. That's gsmcpodcast.com, as well as on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, if you're like me, we have a lot of catching up to do on The Simpsons. Also, Little Mix, we are albums behind. And if you haven't seen Mr. Robot, I feel like you should go check it out, because I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to slow down with Mr. Robot and things like that, because he's now working on that project with Queen. So keep it, well, actually don't keep it locked here, because like I said, this is the end of the episode. So I'm going to have to catch you guys next time. See you guys.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.